fix the list and how it's running so that we further understand who's doing what. We need to have specialized services, example, mental health, speech therapy, etc., at that second, third level, because then we could share and cost share those expensive costs that our students need. Communication and info flow, grassroots up decision making, main direction from the First Nations to direct activities of the second and third and fourth circles. Curriculum development at the third circle, support implementation to the second circle. Both ways communications flow and unique community, identify and ensure that the uniqueness and the diversity of languages are built into the whole system. All development has to be adaptable to be implemented at the local levels. So even if you develop a curriculum base, then you bring it down to the local levels, and then we insert our local histories, our local knowledge into that curriculum. Positive outcomes. With an education commission, there's more control at a community-based level, more community buy-in, self-determination, clearer understanding of the funding streams, more control over allocation of dollars, more focus on specific community needs, and stabilized funding for all programs. In summary, support, and these are some of the comments that have come up at the table. We need support from all chiefs and councils to be steady in their decision making. So the chiefs and councils of our First Nations have to be the ones that buy in, because they're the ones at the making those decisions, and they have to listen to the grassroots people. Need to overcome our political histories to develop a unified voice. There's a lot of diversity among our PTOs, our organizations, and how did that happen? We need to understand how that happened, and we need to get over it, and we need to start working together. First Nations Education Commission at the third circle, a sense of well-being for students is imperative. Have capacity developed to have our First Nations people fully understand the responsibility of self-government and self-determination. And also bring in the experts who know to our community. So the ones that have been through it, the ones that are aware of what it means, let's bring them into our community so that we at the community level can understand what all of that means, self-determination, inherent rights, all of those things. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. Table 13. Who wants to go next? Table 17? Does table 16 have anything, or was that, no? Okay.
Anine, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Evelyn Ball, and I'm at table 17. We're a really good cross-section of Northern and Southern First Nation communities. We had a lot of the same concerns as was expressed by table number 2 and table number 7 around putting a brown face into a Western model, and so there was a lot of discussion around that. But in terms of the question, positive outcomes of a fully functioning third support circle, it would be a collaborative approach amongst First Nations across Ontario. There would be funding efficiencies and stability. It would allow for a greater consistency across education in Ontario. There'd be a larger resource base for policies, procedures, curriculum, and best practices that could be shared amongst all of the First Nation communities. Enhanced cultural and language initiatives, a more coordinated effort amongst first and second level services, data collection and analysis, which could actually be meaningful to First Nation communities in terms of proposal writing or grant writing or enhancing your own services at the local level. It would give a great snapshot of First Nation education across Ontario. There'd be further partnerships. And then we talked about that third support level being able to accreditate or do assessments for our language speakers so they could actually have the authority to teach in our schools and in school boards across Ontario to offer those services. Miigwech.
Great, thank you very much, Table 17. Table 19? Looks like a nice full table. Did you select someone who was going to speak from the table? Your note taker's going to do it. Okay.
Bonjour, Angela Ndishnikaz. So I have no education background. My background is nursing. I graduated as an RN 5 years ago, but I came here today to volunteer as a note taker. So what they found, the question being, what positive outcomes do you anticipate from a fully functioning third support circle? So to define the entity of the third support circle,